Mercer Pirates. My name is Miss Bailey. Some of you fourth graders might remember me from last year. This is my classroom. It's on the third floor, top floor. We're room number 32, right next to the girls' bathroom. So let's go on in and we will see what our classroom looks like. Hey guys, it's a little different year this year because as you see, we're having to wear masks. And I'm going to take off my mask right now. That way you can see and remember Miss Bailey. Maybe some of you all have seen me in the hallways. So let's go in and look at the classroom. This is my teacher desk and teacher area. You see we have a lot of nice selection of books. And this is for group read and silent read. We do a lot of reading in 5th grade. As you can see, the desks are all facing forward for a reason because we're having to social distance in the classroom. So when you're in here, we will space you 6 feet away from each other. That way you're socially distant. Let's go up to the front of the classroom and look at some of our school supplies that we will be needing this year. Okay, we're going to start off with maybe a little pencil pouch of some type to keep your supplies in. Like I said, this year's going to be a little different, so instead of us being able to get up and share and use what's in the classroom like we would in previous years, this year you're going to have to sort of keep your supplies to yourself. And you know, we make some recommendations of what you might want to have with you that will help you throughout the school year. And one of the recommendations is to get something like a pencil pouch. This one is actually soft and it fits in a binder. Because this year you're going to have to keep your stuff at your desk and you can't get up and move it around or share, we recommend getting maybe the hard shell one. That way you can keep it on top of your desk. It's a little bit more sturdier. But if you can't find the hard shell one, this will work just fine. Next, we are asking for 4 notebooks. We prefer the composition kind, and the reason why is because paper doesn't fall out of it. See how nicely bound it is, and it just inside there doesn't fall out. So when you take notes, you don't lose them. But if you have the spiral kind, that is fine. We need 4 of those. We're asking maybe if you want a box of crayons, that would help too, because some of the activities we do includes coloring. This year, because of the use of pencil sharpeners and trying to regulate who's up to sharpen pencils, we've decided that 5th grade would go with mechanical pencils. The only problem is they don't need sharpened. That's a good thing, but they need a lot of lead. So if you do buy the mechanical pencils, you may want to pick up extra lead. And that will also be in the classroom for you if you don't have lead. Glue is always nice to have. Now, you don't have to buy all 3, but I'm giving you a choice. I don't mind if you have the liquid glue or the stick glue. Either one's fine. You can get stick glue skinny or fat, doesn't matter. We don't use glue a whole lot, but it is nice to have. Expo markers. Now, you can sometimes get these in a 4-pack. Sometimes you can get them in a bigger pack than 4, but we only need the primary colors, mainly black, red, and blue, and green. We don't really go with the yellows and the oranges. They're hard to see sometimes. However, if you do like colors, you can get different color highlighters. We're asking for the 5-pack, and the reason for this is sometimes when you do multiplication or division, you like to color your steps. Also, when you do paragraph writing, it's really good to use to indent and to do your paragraphs and just a different kind of layout. So those colors are good. If you can bring in some baggies, believe it or not, we go through these like crazy. And if this was to ever, you know, disable itself, then you have a place to put your materials if you needed it. Because you all are getting a laptop this year, and we'll talk more about that when you come next week. But because you all are getting a laptop, your own personalized laptop, we recommend earbuds. Now, I know some of you have those big bulky headphones and they're wonderful at home because they're comfortable. But the thing is that you got to keep this at your desk, and our areas are so small that we ask for something small. This will also fit down into either a pencil pouch or the hard shell pencil case. It's just more practical of how to keep up with them, okay? So earbuds, scissors is always nice to have. Now, this we really do recommend you getting. It's sort of cheap, just a folder. We like the kind with the 3 prongs, and you see why. That way you can keep all your maps and charts and any type of resource that you need. You can go straight to it. We give you these protective pouches because these dry erasable markers work really well, erase off, and you can just use those as a resource. And finally, we'd like to have a pack or 2 of loose leaf paper, and 1 pack mainly to keep with you so you can have it turn in assignments, and maybe 1 pack you can turn into me and we can keep that for when you run out. Now, when you come to school, it's just like normal as far as you'll be receiving all your emergency information, emergency cards, all your forms to fill out. You'll have permission slips for computers. And also, this year, you will be getting your own mask. Looks like this. It's like the one I was wearing. And you also get it's like a lanyard that you wear around your neck, and it has hooks where you can hook your mask. That way, when you don't have it on, then you have a place to hang it, and if there's an emergency, you're not looking for it. You know where it's at. Okay. Okay, so the one thing that I do want to just say for last and wanted to emphasize to you guys is our arrival and dismissal time. Arrival time is going to be a little different this year, and we're going to call and talk to parents, but just in case something happens and you want to go back and listen to this for a refresher, we arrive at school at 7:15, and from 7:15 to 7:30. And if you are a bus rider, you'll come on the bus side like you always do. However, if you are a car rider, you have to come on the Douglas side. That's the side down here by Roller Florals. You cut down by the Princeton Middle School. It's that side street right there. And it's a one-way street in the morning, so beware. You can't come from Mercer Street up. You have to come from the Princeton Middle School down, okay? And there'll be people there to help the kids, you know, go where they need to go and greet them and meet them and greet and meet you guys. But dismissal time is now at 1:05. So again, if you are a car rider, you come on the Douglas side. If you are a bus rider, you have to go out on the Honaker side, which is across from the Board of Education. And this is also part of our social distancing policy. So our stair rails are actually labeled up and down, and we have to follow those rules this year. Lunch and resource is going to be done a little differently. We will no longer be having group lunch in the cafeteria. We will now be having it in a classroom or in a designated area. And times are a little iffy right now. So it's not normal like last year, everybody had a set time of when they went to lunch. So with that being said, if you are a packed lunch person, you have to bring your lunch in the mornings. And if you forget that lunch, then, you know, we'll have hot lunch for you, okay? So, but that is something we have to also follow this year because of our social distancing guidelines. Resources also being done in the classroom. We'll be doing it what they call teams, and we'll be doing team meetings through resource, and that's done on our smart board. All right, well, I'm so excited to see you all this year and get this year going, and I hope you all have a pleasant evening. If you have any questions, feel free to call Mercer School and ask for Mrs. Bailey. Thank you.